There is a very common Chinese proverb which always has inspired me, which says that if your vision is for 1 year, you should plant flowers or plant rice, because you will get the outcome within 1 year's time. If your vision is for 10 years, then you should nurture or you should plant trees that bear fruits, because after 10 years you will get fruits. But if your vision is for eternity, you should nurture and plant people. Because once you invest in people, you will get the benefits for eternity. And this is the vision with which late Shrolenson Marbaniang had started this college. A vision that he had, that he would create a place where he plants people. Not trees, not flowers, not fruits, but planting people. Because he knew that planting people would give returns for eternity. And for me also, as the head of the government, I believe that investment in human capital is one of the most important investments that a country or a state can make. And I would like to thank and remember late, as we all know him or knew him, late Basho, for the vision that he had and he worked with to bring up this college, which has served thousands of people, still serving, still nurturing, and still creating the future responsible citizens for our state and for the country. Education has been an area where, as a government, we have focused a lot. It's not an easy sector, let me tell you that. It is one of the most challenging sectors, not just because it deals with shaping and molding the future generation, but challenging because of the systems that have been created and the layers that have been created one after the other, which has created a complex web of systems and microsystems within it, which are sometimes quite challenging for a government to try and resolve in a short span of time. But yet we have taken up the challenge, we are working towards it, trying our best, small ways, big ways, whether it was the education policy, whether it was investment in government schools, in buildings, whether it was training of teachers, whether it was opening up a people's college, whether it was the different support that we gave in the infrastructure to even private schools, colleges, so on and so forth. A large amount of investment and a lot of thought process has gone into improving the education structure, as I said, which is one of the most important as well as most complicated sectors that we have in the state today. In spite of spending thousands and thousands of crores. Out of the 16,000 crores of budget that Meghalaya government spends every year, more than 2,500 crores is spent for the running expenditure of different schools, colleges, deficit, ad hoc. And over and above that, other infrastructure investments are made every year. So clearly from government side, the kind of importance that is given to education can be seen by the amount of budget that we spend on education, which again is not enough. A lot more needs to be done. But we have our limitations. But while we do that, we have also realized that it's not just about how much you spend. It's about how you spend it. It's about how you make use of it. It's about how you can get maximum output out of the current infrastructure in the systems that we have. How can we improve the overall performance in the systems that are in place right now? And there was a continuous challenge and a continuous process that keeps moving on and on. And when I say that, we have to also realize that we are large number of stakeholders in the education sector. There is, of course, the government, which includes the political leadership and the officials. We have the teacher community. We have the society in general. We have the parents, where children actually spend most of the time at home. And we have the peers or our colleagues, students, who are there, who are talking to each other, interacting with each other. Each of these different sections of society has a role to play in order to make education improve in the short run, medium term, and the long term. And hence there is a lot of work. I'm not here to lecture or try to tell you what to do, but I'm trying to give an idea and an overall picture of where we are and how it's important that we need to realize our own responsibilities also and move forward and do something about the small differences that we can make in the overall education sector. We realize that as a whole, our population is growing. If we have only approximately about 25% of our population above the age of 45, just 25%. The rest of the 75% of the population is less than 45 years of age. We have a population of roughly 4.5 to 4.8 lakhs who are children between the age of 0 and 5. Another 4.5 lakh who are between the age of 5 and 10. Another 4.5 lakh who are between the age of 10 and 15. And another 4 lakh plus between the age of 15 and 20. Which means closely about 17 to 18 lakh youths are there in our state who need education at one level or the other. And approximately about 3 to 4 lakh of them are college-going students, or at the age that they should be going to college. And even if we have a ratio of admission to the population of this age, of even say 30% out of the total population that is eligible to go to college. So even if you have about say 3.5, 4 lakh, and you multiply that by 30%, we need about 120 seats, 120 lakh seats. 1,20,000 seats, I'm sorry, 120,000. 1,20,000 seats for the students to go to college, roughly, plus minus. I'm giving you a very ballpark figure. And if you look at the number of colleges and the seats that we have, you're hovering around 80,000. which means we are short by quite a large number. And we also realize that the concentration of these colleges also is in specific locations, which again is not feasible and not fair. And hence decentralization and ensuring that areas which are not covered by colleges need to be covered, need to be supported. Because if you look at the college concentration, you will see that a large number of them are in Shillong. A large number of them are in Tura. And so on and so forth in the other district headquarters. And hence, the children living in the rural areas, the youth living in the rural areas actually are suffering and not getting the opportunity to pursue higher education. And hence, this entire model of People's College has come up. I know that this college also requires support. We are examining the matter. It is complicated in the sense that there are certain rules and policies we need to follow. But I am examining the matter along with the Honorable Education Minister to see how rural colleges can be supported even more and more. There are financial challenges we face. But as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, that investment in human capital is the biggest investment and the most important investment that we can make. Youth is our greatest strength, and youth is our greatest challenge. Shaped the right way, they will be a constructive force and allowed to move in the direction or any other direction that they want to move. They will be the largest destructive force for the nation. And hence it is up to the policymakers in society and the governments to ensure that the right policies are in place so that we are able to channelize the youth's energy into constructive work, into the work of building this nation and the state of us. And hence, a big challenge lies ahead. With the population growing, we need more and more educational institutions. So I am just here to tell you and give you an idea of where we are heading and why the challenges of education are so high and why it's so important and why colleges like these have made a huge difference in the last many, many years. And I'm sure we'll do much more in the coming days and years. And I want to assure the governing body that as a government, we will be here to support you. I know that there are a lot of demands that are there, a lot of requirements that are there. I would be misleading by saying that I will take care of all of them. But I can assure you that every step of the way, because of the kind of service that you're doing to the youth and to our state, the government will be there to support. We will find ways. In small ways, I have been supporting from my Chief Minister's fund, which I know is not that great or big, but these are small bits that will support and help. But we will definitely examine in the larger picture the possibility of giving more support to the college, which is something that the governing body has already discussed with me, and we are in discussion with the Honorable Education Minister to find out how we will move forward. We have to also realize that nurturing of our youth starts at a very, very young age. I would like to take this opportunity to urge, especially our local leaders, leaders of the church, the different Rangbashnongs and the headmen who are here, that for us to be able to ensure that our children are able to grow physically, emotionally, and mentally in the right direction, they need to be nurtured at a young age. A child's brain grows the maximum before the age of 8. And normally, as a society, we don't give the importance to the child at that age. every developed nation has ensured that children below the age of 8 are guided and given the right emotional and intelligence and mental support, physical support, in terms of the food, the nutrition, the guidance, the parents' counseling. These are very critical for us to ensure that we have children who will be capable of higher cognitive thinking, analytical thinking. And we have started a very good program called Early Childhood Development Mission, which will be focusing on children below the age of 8 to ensure that we give maximum attention to them. Because after 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, when we're celebrating Golden Jubilee of this college, you will look back and you will see how these different interventions have made a difference in the overall quality of the children that have come up. And I must say that this college also has seen a lot. Last 25 years has been tough. I can only begin to imagine what you must have gone through. And yet you didn't give up. And yet you continued. You kept improving. You kept going on. Because you had a sense of a purpose, a mission that had driven you. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our failures. And as Shuklaji had mentioned, we look to the future, next 20 years, 25 years, to see where we would want to be after 25 years. Prepare a mission. Prepare a goal. Maybe this college will one day become a university on its own. Maybe this college will become one of the best skilling centers for tourism, offer different agricultural activities. The idea of education and knowledge is not just for degree, but it is to ensure that we create responsible citizens, enterprising citizens, skilled citizens, so that tomorrow you can be productive in whatever activity that you do. And hence I would want the college to not think in a narrow manner. Please broaden your horizon. Broaden your outlook. Maybe think the impossible too. Because when we think about the impossible, that's when we actually can achieve it. So I really congratulate and thank the managing committee, the governing body, the past governing body members, the past principals, the past teachers, and of course, the people who had actually, or the person who had actually started all of this. Each and every one of you have contributed to make this college what it is today. And so once again, I thank each and every one of you for having invited me here. It has been a very, very long day. Of course, we are all very happy about the entire celebration. All the youngsters who have danced, all the teachers who sang, the non-teaching staff who sang, the entire organizing committee from, I heard that there's a traffic in charge also. So, you can imagine the kind of planning that has gone into making this program what it is today. It was not just a one-day affair. So the micro-planning that has gone into how this program was made successful, I thank each and every one of you for having taken the pain and given your time to make this program the way it is, and a very successful celebration. We heard the songs, they were composed, and they was performed exceptionally well. The dances also were just wonderful. I can only imagine how much you must have practiced. So it has been a great day, and I was telling the Honorable Home Minister, who was also the Education Minister, that in one way it was a relaxing day for us. we were able to enjoy some of the music and the dance and be here in this beautiful weather that we are having right now with all the mists and the clouds. So thank you once again for this wonderful program and for inviting us. I also was warned by the Honorable Rajya Sabha MP that I should speak less than 15 minutes. And the reason he gave me was that he's hungry. So I will not dare to proceed beyond 15 minutes because he also happens to be the president of my party in the state. So he's got a lot of power to do and take action against me. So I will end my speech here, but once again, I would like to congratulate the entire organizing committee and the governing body for this wonderful program, and I pray to Almighty that He may guide and may give you the wisdom to nurture and to lead this institution to become a center of excellence, to become a center which will shape the mind and the souls of all the people who study here, so that they can become responsible citizens of our state, productive citizens of our state and our country, disciplined citizens of our state and our country, God-fearing citizens of our state and our country, patriotic citizens, citizens who respect their elders. These are the values and virtues that we should strive to give each and every student who passes out from Mawsynram Border Area College. These are the ideas that I would like to leave you with. And once again, we look back at the last 25 years and thank God for it, the way He has blessed this college. And I once again wish this college the very best, not just for the last 25 years, but most importantly for the next 25 years to come. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Mawsynram Border Area College, and may God bless our beautiful state of Meghalaya. Kublai Shibun, Matela, and Jai Hind. I'm sorry, I was just requested also to say a few words in Garo. I'm sorry, I'll just take 2 minutes. Kasar Pinga, Ntamanchaya Shulkurae, Aga Mawsynram Border Area College ni governing body, our organizing committee ni Black Madra ko ha Telaska, yan ang mega pa programa na, dalo ako invite ka ha. Yan Mawsynram Border Area College ni Silver Jubilee celebration ni programa ka. Kung naman naman siya yung Shrolenson Mawsynram Border Area College ni governing body, teaching, non-teaching staff, और फाउंडर मेंबर आपको आज धन्यवाद चाहता तेनास का मैंने ये कॉलेज को खुलिया ची या एरिया और बॉर्डर एरिया जोन भी असली मंदिरा असली थाना मेरा नमगप्पा गादामो पुराना शोल को माना हा तब ये कॉलेज तुम जाओगे नैसमान अपन शोल को माना जावस Pesang Shrolenson siya gupun biak nang siya Brian Anderson. Panigaman ya governing body or founder member of siya Sal Sumayo sakan siya Matela na tentaman siya angaba governing body aro ya college ni founding member current principal president sakan si ko ya Shrolenson sangsatay na sakan si ko ya bega pa programa na ako kamani na Matele, ang yakani ko ang inutunan ko siya. Lato Matela.